Hi, Melenga. I am quite mal ocean, why send me quite. I am wondering if she did wechi.
He has died when the country needed him more.
Yes. Ndemi eva. Zambia. Mwandini.
Chafina.
Amali ashfetule umfwa.
Kuli confusion mwe bantu bakwale, so we need to pray for Zambia.
But mama president, I think tafine mwadela ndakwati mwadishi. I think the family wife wrote avoid anybody.
So far, it's can't see the proper. But yeah, kaidi kulikuwa hapa plan ya mwaya isa barefu haya. Okay, watu you know. Kaina base no you mwaya choyo. We keto. So why me? So by then that time implicate some officials. So they want to arrest some officials. So I don't know if it's one way of picking up now from there, Chidilo, or what.
Which time implicate some officials Musangonsh? Vale kefe tulo shebe bika pwefia kwa waimi hapa. Let us just bury Edgar Lungu with respect. And let them wait for whatever. You know what? We have a lot of things. First of all, the funeral is important. And then Kuriyama constitutional amendments. This
thing.
So chita mix into. Uyo wai mi mina ndushakwe let ikuti shalolela. My why me tambo kutukana lero. Telelo ayamba ero ensere tashaipa ya po muntu.
Insoni.
We muntu walela ndapa kufipa muntu kamukata pamukoshi. Muntu waya mufunya mundeke aliya kuma medicals.
Ndalanda lyose nati Zambia twaseva nakali mwashininkisha because you know, I don't know, just some of the things I say. And I was joking that I should be called a prophet. Because some of the things I say,
to be honest, but ekutumpo kuzono. Tumpa abantu awa. Umuntu mwale tuka everyday umuntu mwachile nani you treated like a common criminal. Lero mwize mulanda ti shan.
Some like a state funeral.
Umuntu wa mstira la uka kuma medicals mwalimu tanfienchi.
Afyukirefye umuntu kuya kuma medicals afyukirefye.
Umuntu kufita kwa jarea kwa chipawindi.
A former president, because of political differences.
Imagine.
We. Fila ndile wa kasonso tababe peri ukwe bati. Infwa ilipali ba UPND. Now nimbona kulina umo praising ule tukanyo kulanda tien tushike festi. Tureshika shani because umuntu yafuile suddenly. Okay, wala, yes, but how can we be quiet when the circumstances umuntu yafuile po is questionable?
Nempofuti ya umona ngura ngoma amati kucha muloleshi haumfano konfu. Umuntu mwale mstani streets yanshani kwa kuma medical ninkoni pako muntu wakutuka
afyukire vyo muntu vatamfya no wa kweli good. Yeah.
ero lero mwise muive
awe insoni ebuntu
ochokalanda fe akainde amona imboko shabalungu ilipanda nshipala bashuisha akwetoya kweba abantu mfu akalanda ni finish ukulolesha nofu alanda kunumo ndekugata pamukoshi ndekuchitashani
bakasonso ebalandire bwino. You know, the audio Yabakansonso has said it, has explained everything. Tabachilande fingi ba Professor Kasonso balanda fyati. Umuntu nga mwamuchita deny healthcare nishmwa mwipaya. It's like a starving for abantu tufire twalia. So umuntu nga kutane fya kulia. If someone start starving you food, that is like killing you. No, but ngana ulwala waliwa pabalishwe no kuishiva. That by Edgar Lungu, this now we are discussing this because Philippa Nafi Fuma, Philippa public domain. We know that by Edgar Lungu had a condition from 2015, and every year balea kuma treatments yabo. But since the new government balisa mboko babika pa travel ban. Mwali mwana nangu munganda tabali bali bakanyo ku jogginga nga bati baye kufe ku chiriro muntu kulamucha kwa te president what a shame
abali kumpa abantu aba
alazambia na tuseva na tuwasevana kale
info ilipali ba UPND kuba you know we have to be realistic in life.
Elo iweza pali uyu landire zafania nali tukana mailo bamelenga nali tukana po mailo ini. You were on the live with me. Na tukenesh mulefa mule pera abantu imirandu from nowhere.
Awo tamwa tukene. Namwa tukenesh.
Pali ulembele pa Facebook ati nali tukana mailo ini. Na tukenesh.
Awe.
Mule kano kuikata bale salula balungu muchitumbi. Respect the dead. Respect the dead. Imagine. Iwa gift. What has HH done? HH and his government refused Lungu to go for specialized treatment. They put him on a travel ban. You don't know that? Tualala ndashan mrefa tulandire kuisa
na mundeke baile bafunya vijule landa yo gift yole baile bafunya mundeke balungu bali akuma medicals babafu
Baba Lungu was stripped of all his benefits as a president. Elo mule tuipushati, what has HH done? HH is sitting on a state. He is the head of the state that did these things to Lungu. That's why tulelanda mlefa tupite kumbali.
Ajofu bale fokurapita abaku ave straight jiwe chiri bali ba UPND
ba Edgar ba HH not even ba UPND and their boss, the boss of the all the government institutions is the president. So the president is the one who sat there, and I don't know if he's the one who was telling people to travel to prevent Lungu from going. I don't know.
He's the one. He's the commander in chief. So
if we tatwishi ba HH ngeba lelesha ba Lungu kwenda.
The commander in chief. He knew.
He's a commander in chief.
Yes.
So nani should direct wana.
So apatu Africa nombe fefe akobati mulesenda ubumi bw'abantu kwati mangalo. Nomba lili omuntu ero afu ero mwashara muri mwamoneni. Ero mulesambirira nomba ba UPND. Mulesambirira. You denied Lungu his right to life. Tatuamipite na mumbali. Tatuamipite. You denied Nawakui her right to life. By denying someone education. Ero ama high profile people. These are high profile people. Anywhere. The president Lungu, even if he didn't have money, you saw. Bazuma kudiacha alana to say bana. Bazuma kuchivaliri pirida Lungu. A former president, medical bills. President Zuma, President Ramaphosa. From Zambia, which is the 10 largest, one of the 10 top producers of copper. muchalo bafirwa okusunga president wabo bafirwa okulipira ama medical bills mulandu wa politics mulezumba na mule chitama politics kwachi kwangala now umuntu afua because of you by UPND tatwa mupita na mumba lero na imwe balela ndati tutalale tatwatala pantu info inaikalipa if you tulosha ku Zambia if you tulosha, this is our culture. You will not stop us from to mourning in Zambia. When we mourn turairisha nya pamfo ya muntu kwa bana bembe fimbo fya maliro umuntu ngafwa. We mourn and we cry to God, and then we ask God why you mourn. If we ask God why that person has died that way. If you're to Russia, so na papene ture Russia okweba chimweresa balungu bafashani. So chinshi charenga, he was denied okweba chibaye kumalwe kwila mona ma doctors babo. Lungu had international doctors, but they refused him to go. So imfwa tatwapitena mumbali ili pali imwe ba UPND mwambe fyokula pepa elo muye muyerere. Go in your closet and ask forgiveness from God. You couldn't make peace with Lungu in life, but now this battle will be spiritual. Battle number 6 imwe ba UPND and ba Lungu couldn't make peace. This is now a spiritual battle. Go and make peace. Mumuleke na Tasila. Let Tasila do follow through, carry her father's wishes. The only person who has a burial right ya muntu ni family. That is a tradition for all human beings. The only person who akwatama burial rights ya muntu ni family. So muntu ngafa kumutwala kuli family oro inenga na afa kuno. Luckily I have my family here, but if I don't have my family, kuzambioko, the government, the US government will be like, a Zambian citizen has died here, can we contact the family? And if I'm a political figure, the family has to work with the government. Since this government, they were at loggerheads with Lungu, they treated Lungu like a common thug. Lungu kulamu pepeka mumusebona mabwe. Sure, a former Republican president. Lungu was treated worse than like a common thug. Zambia police folded his arms while thugs were throwing stones at Lungu. Remember Zambia police?
And the police were just watching.
Yes. Zambia police, you folded your arms while Lungu was treated like a common thug. While Lungu was insulted like a common thug.
Good evening, Madam.
Good evening.
Madam Mpumine changari pasana. Changari pasana na chibere ngofo bachirondora makebi zulu. Padi government mandini yali ba evil. Bali rombere ba president Lungu mu 2022 bali bakanino kuya kuma medical check up. Ngabakwera mundeke babekisha. Paka pamundu bantu ma doctors bali ishiro kufuma ku South Africa kwisa muno nokwe batu bafuninga baisa ku South Africa. Roba barungu pakwe ku South Africa kulia baile kwati nakalimo bali butuka badini ba former head of state. Abapa airport bapapisha ko area mu VIP kutatu bali abakwere ndeke. Noko batamje bali apa airport.
Also, you know, bafile batampishe twali tambire. Yeah, the quite movie to let tamba when Lungu left Zambia in January, it was like a movie. Because Balungu bale ya munde kyoku, ba security ba kwa ulia Irene Khan bali hapa, ba Zambia police na benanish na be matiwa ikishe Lungu mundeke. Efi achitike mu January.
Now who does that zone? Nisi government ya basha invest. Many folks understand. uli amaddamu mpumi fe bali muno mu Zambia ka Wednesday tukayekitinta ng'ombe ku airport.
Ero ba PF ba UPND beka yako turemi papata. Ba UPND stay away from funeral ya balungu. Taturefaya mukatwale if ya bupu bafira mwanchire pachiro cha bana wakwe.
Taturefaya ifi. Taturefaya tatwaka kubika kweruka panya. Taturefaya wali diwa kubika kweruka panya. Balungu mwale batoba mwagwe.
Balungu shuwa kula bachita treat kwati ni ba common thug ba Zambia police na muikara. Zambia police was quiet.
Good evening, Madam Pumi.
Mwaise.
We are not moving from the secretariat to and whatever has happened, he's drawn the line. He has made it clear to say that the head of state was treated like a commoner, and the way gravity goes, at if something goes up, it should come down. When you have a bad friend, get rid of a bad friend when there's still time, because at the end of the day, and whatever they were saying, he has made it clear to say they should just leave the funeral to the opposition. He has even mentioned to say, leave the funeral for the opposition. Nobody in a student people bachiba. So let them just stay.
Ba UPND ba mkulosha ku Belvedere Lodge. Yes, let you batinga mama na ba PF nga baya ku Belvedere Lodge. All the thugs, the UPND thugs will be there.
Yeah.
This is what will happen. So by UPND, loshe ni mweka ku Belvedere Lodge. Ifo twakula loshe fine pama internet abali murusaka bakulaya ku secretariat. Ifo twakula loshe tukolonga nefye mwebe na Zambia akuloshe nifye mpanga ndapa menu mwateke chiro mure losha. Because Edgar Lungu was treated like a common thug. Not even as a commoner. He was treated as a thug. Uwakula la samabwe Edgar Lungu alepita babula mabwe batoba motakeji akwa Lungu. And these police did nothing.
Mami Pumi, me, I grew up in the village. Good evening, everyone, and
ulele mbefya bupuba pandemu baninga. Shirefwa abantu abafwa ma brain ya palero. If you just write things which are not normal, are not like a normal person, then you are going to be banned. Otherwise, tarale nifye panochiro chesturerosha. Muileta mal echo kabien ko Belvedere pama page yenu baba UPND kalosheni.
Mami Pumi, me, I grew up in the village, and culturally, as an African, when you had issues or you never liked someone in their life, when they die, people even tell you don't go to
Wike sako na kuchiro balalanda. Tulelanda fye fitundu hapa nomba.
You may be fingered to say you are the witch.
Yes. Umuntu nga afwa.
So my question is, we shall state funeral. Ivako fie mpaka wa head of state balanda po. It can't be a state funeral without it.
No, imaba MK60. State funeral, that's why PF have rejected it. The family have rejected it because this state abandoned ECL in life. Tefifina tulena ndokwe bati nga wafa na nga walimpatanga nafa na kuchiro wike sako. Ififine ba UPND aba bale chitefintu kwati mailo kwati na kalimota butaba.
The question for you abantu bareli demiti hapa. Inenga na risendere kadi ya munanzi na rishibatara poka maye ya Rabis Hospital. Na ya iba kadi ya apoka the way fishu pox and demiti na kuma hospitals. Uriyo munanzi na fisa card for close to 6 months. Na isa isokolo na close after a year. Uriyo munanzi
nimenda. That's why iyi kesi ikaya na kuma International Criminal Court ile ya. because umuntu nga bamuchita deny muti, it's a denial to right to right to life.
Right to life, eh?
So I think the leader Vesu would have just to make people happy, would have just allowed service chiefs to say carry on, let us stay put.
Tapari no wala, you know some things in Kumanda. Imwe. Apapo tufekile fimo fyakuya na fyo kumanda. You know, some damage ikuya na fye na kumanda. Balungu has gone a broken person. Balungu escaped. Huh? Na infana tuishiba because tuarifi mwene.
No, Shani, ukuya mona banobe. Mental health ya muntu kutia abashani mweman.
But is this hypocrisy or no blush?
Fiancé.
Because you can't say that this is hypocrisy. Umuntu afira kwata konensoni. You know? You cannot stay in this manner whereby the Kenyan president, the South African president, they all issued their statements and then you are just quiet.
They are guilty na imwe na chiwa mafete balandire because inga balanda balakalifi abantu kabatalalifi.
And Queen Pome, me, I want to ask, what English is a suspense or entertainment activities? Entertainment activities or activities? What are you saying?
We if you win with your fin entertainment, abale akuma bar, abale akuma kitchen party, because such mune kwate my wedding or whatever could chiliro. That is a normal language. If I won't think of
people should go to school and do it.
Yes, people, that is normal, but entertainment, state mune shana umuntu nafa. That's what it means.
The bash of shine.
If that were in Giremona, the police will handle that. I don't care. Bambini bambi for it, I can be so kutibalish and angabali fire. She quite a nation.
Mami Pumi, knowing how these guys are, I'm sure our students will be having a rough time after the funeral. Already, if you have seen the candle lighting at CBU tonight, there were people. It was, I don't know.
For me, if my students are the ones that were given.
Okay, but I have a chance to before you. Let Bamelenga speak because the other people joined before you guys. But we have Melenga here, Anna and Alex. So chen to the peraneshta. Baba Melenga, the floor is yours.
Yes, Madam President. I think, like what you said, because I was just remembering, is it last night? You said something which today has happened, as if the first lady was listening to you. Because you cannot appreciate the person, you cannot recognize the person that you didn't recognize when he was alive. And what you did what they did to our president, our former president, that was so sad. So today, when a person is in casket, then that's when you want to appreciate a person. Even me, if Lungu how our president was treated. Imagine. But President government, he said, I've got my own money. But all those things, and the one thing I'm so sad, it's just like even ama churches in Zambia won't set up a day for Valechta. Won't ama churches Valikala. Even the leaders that we know that this one can help, these are the people that are on the other side. And we cannot keep quiet. I was telling, I think about Aka Epobad. I was telling Aka there to tell Mama Chikamoneka, look at Mama, our president, Mama Pum. In where you are, Mama President, you speak straight. You are just straight. Because that's how people are here. takwabo kupita ma corners. So what we are saying is, it's like the Dr. Kasonso, what he said. If we never could buy UPNT, that was in a mumbali. Ever, if you say what causing never, you don't say damage. So, if Mama President, if you Ngalanda coffee, because Najikalipa, especially after Naumfwa, if a lawyer is lawyer and the daughter, if a London, if a London, Mama Pumi, I was so broken. Even now, I'm still broken. A human being, well, payma. One one why to treat you more way. While he's having anger, while he's having revenge. That is not good. Thank you so much, Mama Mpumi, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank
Mama
you.
President.
Thank you. Ba Anna Mwaiseni, tulipano mwe join na Abdu Mwaiseni, Prune Mwaiseni. I'm a developing story village tika ku South Africa na tupokera update kufuma kuma lawyers elo kuri kuzambia na kwena na bachita declare 7 days national mourning kuri chiriro na bachita declare tukube Belvedere Lodge ekwa kuya mkulosha. So what are your comments? Elo kuri na bale chita threaten ni tasira Lungu na bana kachinda tibakesa bakaka. So inefyo ningalanda veka kwa tirekeni kubera mina muri ba police. Why are you threatening someone? Ati pa internet ya papenati. Ati they'll come and arrest Tasira and the Nakachinda. They risk being arrested.
Queen Pumi, I've got a question on the same one for not a question. An addition for
just hold on. Your time will come. Anna, go ahead.
Prayers for church.
Okay, spiritual. If you think to, because we moved into the women in government, we will take over 2021. Lashiranda, kwa soko na lea, na mwishati mlekele so, mukajira na so, mwani mwishiwa so, mwani lenga muli so, na tawa shawe lenga bukari so, ati mwaleta so. Na ati pesi nka ashende sigeti ya so. I think number many nambo kuimone so, niso mwalita. Pan shatara mwana kuitia so, na government yonsa afita ine shatara mwana kuitia so. Umuntu napata istuwe, nantani, medical whatever, tunase tuwaikata umwe wa muntu hami I'm very disappointed in the I'm very impacted tanto wakanani badi mere pozivari basata badi mere potabari bakanyo kwa hospital ngai chaisa shani tumuti manshoyo ushere so uyu malanda kwa vile wala nchikatarai.
Anka, can you ask your question? And then Alex Kutumwalanda. Welcome, Virginia. Anka, what question, yeah?
That was on the Mirenga thing, the issue for the churches. So I believe about all the time to the Father Pombo. Father Pombo is from the Catholic Church and is confirmed to say, the churches associate like various churches now they show Kulanda to say even before the death came to say these two may they reconcile and everything and shine. People try to sit them down to say but the two should reconcile. But only are Monica party, denying and all that and not wanting to sit down. So like on the church issue where you're saying maybe about church now and all that. They have been trying, but even then it seems like they are being pushed a certain corner where to say if they try to communicate with him or accommodate to even go and pray in that church or anything, they were going to be fingered. So I feel that not that the church haven't tried, they try to reconcile the people. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Alexi. Mwaiseni wa Virginia, wa Nevi na wa Johnny, wa Alex landeni po.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yamukwa madam.
Yeah, I'm quite.
Ine chikuru sana chiri ngari pachakwe vati government ya UPND va Edgar Lungu mu 2015 bonse twadishiva shali vana pa public domain that Edgar Lungu bali kwete problem ya pamkoshi na vena na muntu vaingire mu power mutu twadishiva kwa president ya wafu bali kwata problem ya pamkoshi always bali mu power bali ya South Africa kuma medical check-up olo vale romba kuri ba government vavene ndipo kuya kuma medical check-up a government vale yana tava kwetendera vale varombe onga tava kwetendera mara okutendera mashandi vale kinawo wait na mapepers okufilifila kwesainia vakwatwa secretary cabinet chanjani oko yade mapepers umuntu tale umfa bwino ale romba manani imwe mulekana paka palasti bafu mamona so popo to ile condition umupashwa barungu ali sawa kumuruta urere bwino akarumba urere bwino tozi urere bwino ndeva no kurondora bande mumpumi ngo bambifuro.
Thank you. Bapruni mwaiseni kuchimwalandako.
Thank you. Inachondefa yokulanda, like someone earlier said, Fidafi never quite a morning place over government landed at Belvedere. By UPND and their people should go to Belvedere. We've seen how the PF have mourned from Thursday up to today. They are mourning in peace.
Yes.
No matter how many they are mourning in peace.
Yes.
The moment kukesa basati ba UPND bakaye mukusangana kokudia, all they are going to cause is havoc. So Fidafine for that PF should stay at the secretariat, it's better. Elo, ngani kubari okwena ba UPND, they shouldn't even step.
Bekesha no kwesha. Fida bachitire kuli bana wakwi. Ukuya mukulanya ntaula mumando kula matching okula chantinga. Kwati bare pena. We don't want a repeat of what happened at Nawakwe's a burial. We don't.
No, we don't want. So Bake Kalefi, hello. What I know is that when someone goes to someone's funeral, to Yakufidilo, because we are paying our last respect, they never respected that man.
Exactly.
So
exactly. Well said. Well said. This is the message. A funeral is to pay a last respect. So why do these people who never respected him want to go to the funeral? Why do these people who never respected him want to give him a state funeral? They never respected him. So why do they want to respect him in death? It's mockery.
It's mockery.
It is mockery for you to demand to have to be part of Lungu's funeral when you never respected him.
You never respected him. You never loved him. So
yes. So what is it? Exactly. Thank you, my sister. That is the word. You never respected Lungu. So why do you want to go and pay the last respect? If you never respected him. So why do you want to go and pay your last respect? You are not going to pay last respect, but you want to mock him. Hypocrites.
Let us who respected and loved him.
Yes.
Mourn him. And if we will mourn him virtually, it's okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Tapali no uri kubeo video kokwine. Mwaisen wa Abdu. Welcome Chichi girl ba Mateo Mwaisen. Ba Abdu, the floor is yours.
Nami posha bonse musta tule musta watatu kwa Edgar Lungu.
Power tap.
Feedback
Power tap and share.
I'll be handling from here. They're commenting, then trying to press as well, and they're pressing that side, so I'll be handling this side.
Okay. Go ahead, Abdul. Please mute, please mute.
I will just speak back. One of us greet. Are you getting me?
No, go ahead.
I want first of all to greet. I wish to greet all of you as we are mourning Mr. Infrastructure, the man who words, a humble man, the man who feared God. The first thing I want to put across is the disrespect that I've seen from the other side of the people. There is a video circulating on TikTok of a black man, a black small boy. This boy was speaking in Tonga. I assume it's Tonga. He has abused the name of our deceased former head of state. The man we respected so much. And in his words, he has used bad words against our former head of state, which has made me see how bad this country has become. Actually, maybe it should be just call him a bastard. You come in and insult our president in his death. And it is unfortunate that these things are happening when there is cyber law, which is not doing anything to special people like him. I call them special because they are special before this law. If anybody came and used those words today, especially he used Bemba or anything like Nyanja, I'm telling you, by today, after those words I've seen, I think he apprehended. But look at that boy. They're insulting our president in death. Another person again, Chama America again. I don't know if it's FBI. He said a lot of things. Like he knew about the death of our president, to say we have done away with Edgar Lungu. We were going for your head so that Momuka Pashike. How can a country become so like this? A person saying like he planned the death of our president and nobody can say anything about it. What have we become? Honestly. And no police is acting. Nothing is happening to such nonsense. But the moment somebody is going to respond to that person will be arrested. The moment that person who is going to be provoked by those bad words, that person will be arrested. But those people insulting our president in his death, those people who are saying they planned it already and it has come to be, they are not arrested. I remember at even one point, there was by-election in Petauke. One man came up and said, no, we are done away with Petauke. Now we are going to Munia Zuru's constituency
we are going to Rumezi. After Petauke, we are going to Rumezi. What came to be? It is now Rumezi as we are talking. Will this Zambia become a country where people will be stepping on other people's rights? When are we going to see our police act in their capacity? Going to Munia. And it has come to be, as we are speaking, Munia is in prison. Is this country going to be for only some other special people? Father, he goes to die in foreign land early. Honestly, Zambia, what have you become? It's unfortunate. Most of us, we are owned by former head of state, our first Republican president. He emphasized and gave us a very but look at us now. I saw a group of people last time on crying. Sean Tembo was crying like a baby, and just people gathered.
Okay, but Abdul, Pelen Quenchta, thank you so much for that contribution.
This country.
But Abdul, Munechta break up, so maybe you can come, you can go and join. Exit and join back. But Abdul Mleptaika. But what Abdul is trying to say is commenting on
one of the people here, one of the person here.
Sorry, but Abdul Muleputeka, can you rejoin? Yeah. I don't know if you could hear him. But Vagina, you can come in. Abdul Efobalelanda is talking about the people. Huh? Yes. So to have drop, we can join back. But the problem we to learn the Roma updates, the government stand, the government rift between the family. You can comment on that. Let us stay to topic. Because kuli abantu abengi bali fokulanda. Elo topic ya lero tulelanda pafile chitika. Insele the disrespect of Edgar Lungu in his death. You know, Zambia police is there, the cyber law is there. So Zambia police mwandi na banche nero na banchita disappoint. Ero balenchita kofe disappoint as the days go. Honestly, why can Zambia police arrest those idiots abale tukana balungu muchitumbi? Eh? Is it funny to them? Bushensele nani kani? It's so very embarrassing. Tukalanda shani ba Zambia police mwe tukalanda shani. Now you are just confirming filabantu balanda chimwaladuka ba UPND. This is a confirmation. Because if you are not under instructions from UPND by Zambia police, why are you allowing these small boys chama America? Ukulalanda pamfa ya balungu. Of course, now is chama America fidesho alelanda itafe confirm kwebati bali umfwene. This is what we call a systematic sentencing. Silent death sentencing of our leaders. This is what it is. If you deny somebody medication, nishwamchita sentenced to death. Yes, Zambia has removed the death penalty. But now the death penalty is for our politicians because they are being denied their right to life through denial of them to access the health care that they need. This is a violation of human rights. Tatuapitena mumbari. And we'll continue singing and talking about this. We'll climb on the mountain top. Mwebena Zambia, you can get your liberation by your voice. Infoti is not a solution. Iyaku control the thing too. Abantu bose balanda fye chalanda ichaluba nga chamone kati china chiluba. Mwambo kulanda mwachikondema. Stop killing your political opponents by sentencing to death through denial of health care. You are weaponizing the need of people to get health care by denying them the right to go wherever they need to get their health care. All of us, many people, when you just reach 40 years and above, because umubiri wanakatwakulo umubiri, abengi, abantu when they are 40 years and above, baba permiti. So you need to give your political opponents the right to health care. Stop weaponizing people's health conditions to kill them. This is what is happening. This is how Nawakwi died. They weaponize their need for health care to deny them. Filacha America is just confirming that they planned to say Lungu takulu kabasumi nishokuya ku treatment yawo, and that will deteriorate his health condition. This is just confirmation. Tenene olelanda. Fidecho alelanda. He didn't tell us how they were doing. No mbelo tuleiruka. Because alelanda kwa bati balungu bakala sunguluka na sopo. Yes. Balungu bali sunguluka na sopo. Nga sopo fidafini alandile because bali batano muti. Balungu was literally sentenced to death by being denied medication. And this is the hard truth. And we did nothing as Zambians. That's why the Mumusewo Mkuchita protest. But PF, you didn't go in the streets to protest to say, let Lungu go for treatment. Then as Zambia, we need to wake up and demand our rights. How many people are going to die? At least Lungu went, even if it was last minute earlier of South Africa. Ordinary people like you and me, tukarafange nko kumayanda. Already there is that scandal iya drugs. Badi shura no kaka abantu. HIV drugs, malaria drugs are being stolen. That is sentencing people to death. These people, they want to kill all the Zambians. They are already denying our medications through that scandal here and the Ambassador Gonzalez. And what I'm saying here is on social media. I'm not committing any cyber crime or saying sensitive information. I'm just saying it the way it is. You are denying people medication, hence you are sentencing people to die. You are denying people their right to life. Kamoba mulesa la kawanari of South Africa kudiyawero mtunturwari ali bapa dialysis. I'm saying this because it's on social media. Bana wakwi baile last minute kuwela ni muchitumbi urele na upitirira kali. Antuale kalipira baloya baba na wakwi kwa nishta mwala ndile. No, but they did have done this to the sitting president. This is a lesson to every Zambian, never to allow this to happen again. Bahaka Inde and your government, repent before it's too late. Otherwise, some of the people in this UPND government, they are young. And they will live long enough. What will happen if the government that is going to come after you did sentence you to death by denying you your health care? Mukarira, imwe once mwe government ya UPND. When the tables turn, when it will be your turn where there is another government in power, are you going to cry if they take your passport away from you? Are you going to cry? You know what? We have the freedom. Freedom ni mumashi wimwena Zambia mwirata la kulandeni. Indo shinga ireisa mkukulowa. Wayai tila holy water paja yala pera peneta ya ingire. So even this government, their evil intention is to expose their evil intention and talk about it every day. Let's say to pay freedom. God has given us the freedom. This is the time for Zambia to start talking. Lungu Bafa, what does it tell us? Our father has died. It means nomba kukosa nikosanga walikosa. Tuarishintira makamuri Lungu batiresa basenda. Babe paya fe Lungu babe paya by denying him his medication. Bonse balia uliatawoka wanala ya kudialysis. Songa tuwae batitawoka wana tawae kudialysis. Nishwe paya kutawoka wana ni nani? Nifwe mulesho kuya kudialysis. Because Tawokawana is still alive today, because he's able to go to dialysis and receive his treatment. Otherwise, dialysis in 1 month if you're on 100% dialysis, Tawa pushing 1 month now for. But Tawokawana is able to come and insult the opposition and go back to dialysis. He's able to receive his health care because it is right. But this is a basic human right which has been denied to our president, Lungu. Now we are going to put him in the ground a few days. While people like Tabokawana can access dialysis every day, he can fly to South Africa in and out. It is a shame. But Gina, the floor is yours.
Can I just ask a question before Virginia comes in? Mama, sorry, I know I've found a lot of people. Comrade Ida, is it a crime or is it a case if a family denies this same state funeral?
Virginia, you can answer that. So that is the question. So Virginia, you can come in. If you are not ready, Virginia, Navy, you can come in.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello? Hello?
Go ahead, yes. Today, Umfa, go ahead. Thank you, my son.
Okay, thanks. Ishtola walira kufesti chaklan twalai kushafu panu nokunu Michael Chirufya Sata nishtawala baba president ero balwere umone umutima wako ite bamwana wasa ero bamufira cyo umunabo arerwara arefa ika attention ngwangu kwa kuchifiralo asekinye medication help bamwana wasa balifunishe expense ya government ukutuma wabo basata ukuya kufatala nokubwera babwerera abafunze nomba wati mu wali president kumukani nokufuma muchalo what okay ile mula ndusho bamu bakanini ba Lungu question yote kuletwa ipsha we have give the instructions akwa to Lungu tabafuile basekinga medication help South Africa. Kuma check-ups yabo. What was the reason bakani? Bafuile abantu. Then ukubwela kuli question bachipsha aba MK. Bachipsha kwati bishimula ndunga chapati family yakana ichiriro ukuba Jawa national like ifine bachipsha ne question. Ngato ayipsha kuli uyu Mwansaka Pwepwe kuli bakaunda. Ba Mwansaka Pwepwe family yake. Ero government yali fokusinde chijiro. Bali ishikira abe. So atakoba chabeni bafwa yali wishi aba Lungu yako yatawe. Ineshi tamufile mwandira nango kunshika muri situation obashikira mama president lekenya bene bashiki ifona abantu bararoshe tukararoshe there is no problem takune fakati mwambo kutatirikeni abantu atu mubekati mubatu wale kujere plando wakati nabakana Nishi mwala sakamani n'omuntu ero mwalitanye n'okumpera access ya miti. Liliafuero mumamu sakamani. Natotera mkwai.
Thank you, Vanevi. Vachichi girl, you are next. The question here, MK6. You know, umuntu uli wonse, afya kubantu, and the family have the burial rights. Iya muntu wabo uli wonse nga, for nenga nafa, my family will be contacted next of kin. Now, later, like Lungu developed a political career, he became a president, and he became a former president. And in his life as a former president, there has been this animosity. There has been this animosity between the president Lungu, his family, his political party. Like everything to do with the Edgar Lungu has been under attack. They have basically, the state abandoned Edgar Lungu. They even took it personal. They took it personal to a point where they started going after his wife, his children, his personal aides, like anyone connected to Lungu. No problem with this state. To a point where they denied him ukwenda. Ukuya kumiti ya effort to lelanda nombokwet. But can also said it best. Why UPND killed ACL by denying him the medication. Yes.
Madam President, I have a question, Madam President.
Go ahead.
So, cabinet yawa UPND ya cabinet yose, Madam President. So, muli wakulu wa Msokotwani, muli wa Felix Mutati, muli wa Merupi, muli wa Vice President, muli wa mene wa President wose wali wakulu. So, kulipako muntu wena abu wakambako chele, imu. Uyu muntu tamushita maniki deny medication. Stinga mushita allow kuti aende ku medical treatment. Because kaya wana ma-advisors. And the ones wazi wati, President akachoka ku State House, akachoka kwa mpando. Kumasa medical record ku State House. Yamene malangiza problem, yamene alina President, bonse bijavinto. Because wazi wati, Edgar Chakwarunga natuwa na 2015. But government UPND ina peska chati, pala bawa awalembira letter kuwa secretary to the cabinet. Palemba Edgar Chakwarunga, sinibera bu referendum of my medicals, that was 2022. The government UPND inakana at walibe manani. Walibe resources. But the very same 22, allowed them by election ya keep it na kawushi. Edgar Chakwarunga laba waza dia, yeah, kandama kamele manifore sagaja. Nina kwele, nisiye nisensisha vene transport. Nisaenda ma medical attention you. Wana karafti government UPND. Futu wanalemba leta afti ina 2023. Wana wakaniwa. Ngebu jamani wezi mwakaba Madam President njewe. Wanapo mpaka chefa cholimba, chefa kwa wezili kufuna. Cheko zozo ma result. Ngati ma result ya kasa makango ya treating.
Nifa.
Wow. So pana enda ku hospital South Africa kuja Edgar Chakwarunga. Doctor allows that uyu muntu wali mabwana eko. Mamuleta late. There's nothing what we can do. Palipe survival ili yonse. So abantu bazo baleweze kuchita kwa simuli cabinet ya UPND. Muri bakuru maningi bamsokotani bakuru pali wa Edgar Chakwarunga. So bamsokotani besanga wauza HH bakangala ku cabinet waza nje iya. Uyu muntu kufika bamusia aenda kunani? Aenda kuma medical attentions. Vinvira mwandi na Madam President vyo isache na mtu wakuvileta kwa fora. Cause uli mufuru wabelewenze kuchita. Wala kuchitila mchita. I submit bana.
Thank you. Chichi girl, you are next. Mufulo babepa ya fe the whole cabinet ba Msokotwane ba Mirupi bonse muri ama great grandfathers. Mwasuminisha no kusuminisha ati yo tuimupera tuikamusu. You knew what you were doing. Mwalishi mecho mwale sign na padia. Because that decision came from a cabinet of UPND. Mwalishi mecho mwale sign. Nomba mwaipa yo muntu, nomba padi yo munopa waswa. Balungu techibafu efye kwati nirunshi. That's why we are talking. And you will not shut us up. Iwo wine wawuli pa page hapa. Ufumepo ngata oteme no efidelandu kwa pa page hapa. Kaviye ni kupa page yenu ayo. Tualalande for tualalanda. Because it's like mwali kwa ta plani ya kuipa ya kula ipa ya bantu. Kula batedi na imiti pa kuchibale fwa. It's a criminal activity. Chichi girl, the floor is yours. If you are not ready, ba okay cool to my up. But okay, cool, you can come in. But Chichi is not ready.
Okay, madam, wambe ni wonsoma wali hapa.
Mkwai mwaise.
Mkwai ife nachirafu okulanda po kyali mu is it 2023 between 2023 na 2024 ngamule yebukisha amashiwe yafumishe ba Nevas Mumba kuti mule prepare ko ba former president ifika chitika kulibe na hivi ngamule yebukisha ya amashiwe kozini ero na umfire fye bafwa na lisa itontonkanya ko sana hivi ero 2 Filia wale chita deny kuti tabakweta ma resources ngataba blockere passport because na passport bali blockere so eno ba blockere passport bali shibefe bale
in other words, that is living on thin at the edge knife, thin ice. At is living on thin ice, but I'm not thin ice.
Oh, for what they do?
Good in an interview last week if you're fin.
But why you block it?
Come in now, she went for Baba Chichile. They were at moon with Pakulina Nishpadio Quashiti and Matako. Now a fianta, now when she went, you are what a cancer about fianta. Hello, doctor, overnight she was out of the country. They knew that his year's doctor is out of the country, so very that it is a matter of time. Why because I know Lungu to survive 3 years.
Nifa fin. Hello, two, Ndava de Mbapa. Our lady Mbefeta issue our. Quali for Fuevambi, to let Tontonkani Shawana, future Awana. Next 10 years, next 5 years, Awana like Kalashan. Kuli fifirenda, ifi chalo chirenda. Manje wambita watonton kanyeso. Awa lembefi, awa chitefi ma support wetu, leta we support chintu chidi chotsi. Kutonton kanya life ya wana, first. Pali inonjita, iko kweba kulunatu kule. Ngatuwa kula pano. Tuambo kwa tontonkani shawana, next 5 years, awana wala ikalashani, ulo 10 years wala ikalashani. Bada awanja awa supportira mufi o mungulu, tawe shiva, awana wala isa ikalashani, next 5 years. E problemo tukwetero 3, ni ichintu na chivipa. But once uleishwa fatikuwa fumali jonimbo, ala tuipa ishe chukuru icho chini. Tufilo kwa supporte finto according na life ya wantu efe ileenda. Muma kombodi muli nsala. Not nsala ya masevera. Muli nsala makombodi. Nga mwaingira mkombodi. Watu na omwino wa isa tontunga ushema Hiroshua. Bwala chaulo wala itashani. Shonse fio bena tabale fimona maninga na support. Epa li problem ikuru.
Thank you, but okay, cool. Bandola friend Moiseni, the floor is yours, Tulipano. You know, we are talking about the developing stories for this Ichiro Chabalungu. Chirefina na mukanu kwe kulanda Ichiro Chabalungu.
Sorry, madam. Sorry. Go on. The rest is once up. I'm at that
Let's power up and continue. Thank you very much for your cooperation. We want to share the live so that we can mourn together. And Dola, you can continue. Thank you.
Russian won't say, you know, me have a problem. I don't know if it's me, maybe my mental health is not okay, or we have people who have mental health issues. How do you go and celebrate today, Russia? You go and celebrate Mutuna for win. How do you go? I can't mention, but that government official who said something to page me who Twitter last night. Who does that? This culture of celebrate, even when Basata died, the same. There were people who were celebrating. Even when Basata was unwell, they were celebrating. You remember him? She promised, even said, tell us so that we pray for him. But his talking was whereby we're expecting that yes, na chitike fin. There's Makebi Zoro. If you read Filabachla and Dadero and he said the doctors came in after the the risk na stage of fikire field. But he said, I can't go out, I'm being broke. If it wasn't for that lady who came from wherever you end by Repertoire, how to pronounce that? That was the chance. And if you read the year statement, last minute, 30 minutes, that's when they bought the ticket. Who does that? Who treats a former president with no respect, no dignity? There's this language, sorry to use this language, like kapusus, like a nobody. And then today, you want to champion and saying, we want to do A, B, C, D. Who does that? Remember we saying so near Ubuntu. These people have got no morals. These people have got, I don't know how they grew up. Or I don't know what word can I use? There's a word, remember we say, chipiongo or nalawafi, but there's a certain umuntu ushumfwa. Chitongo. Thank you. And Rachel, thank you. Chitongo. Aba. Abakutwafia shwari landa we muntu. Apo pavage, but they don't. So them, they enjoy, because this is a script they wrote. Look at Manawak. Police cell for 2 weeks, no medication. When she went to India, there's nothing we can do. You haven't been taking medication, and this thing has grown. Poor Sheikh. The same thing. So who's next? So they go home and they sleep in my bed to have worked, and they're eating. The same breath to repay me, breath they own the life. Because the Bible is very clear, whatever we plant today, good or bad, we shall reap. And one thing they are forgetting, that never kwatabana. Ishimbuto bade byali labana babo. Takwa babantu ababankarwe. You know, the worst thing we have done, even the colonizers are even laughing that we didn't even do this to these people. This is beyond Noborosh. Katushopo nikana satana kudabwa, I've never done this. Panturi momuntu ngalo alishana satana landa kwa tikaweko kunganga. Baya wakubukeko.
Wandola, just to add on that part you mentioned, I've actually posted something to say, uyu muntu ngaewa ali Lucifer, nalesanga ali Messiah.
Very true. Takwa abafi, mwabantu muntu nanguli munkarwe. Epo fina ngu nimbo afi yafu abaipunga murotu randa, tia imbo yawe ni baipunga, ibi yawe ni bari ifuaya. Neshi rufinga bari ipunga. Last time kumatero bari shutile file pondo, people were crying. Wana ba. Yes, we were not supporting that in Wakabora village, but there's that human face, human and heart, whereby you just feel, okay, if you have a part that touch stiff, I don't know where these cultures come from. Jesus, have mercy. Madam, thank you, I submit.
Thank you. Welcome, Mama Rachel. Welcome, by Joseph's. Mama Notes, welcome. By Abdu, you can come in.
Chafina mama, chafina chatufinina. Sorry, mwabantu bakwaresa mumperere koruse. Oro fintu fyanchi tikila fe within these 3 days ahawe shwafi. Soni God na chifine chichen. Ekeni balanja bali pa flow.
Ba Abdu and all of our notes Mwanaisa.
Na chirafu kita continue kulanda fiction sepo kidela ndapa. Na chirafu kulunda kupia mashwe ya nono. Wafio tuwa buwanse kidela ndapa. Nani pocha wa Madam Leche wa Mama Wesu.
I'm crying.
Muna kukoseresha sana kuwa na kukula. Na spirit yenu na kukosa. Na chirafu haya kula kusaimu pasai kitachini kuchimo. Oto kuri ngamu zambiani. Ikintu chimo kutubale cha planti abantu aba
Barepo kuchita divide nemitundu. Vantu n'abamonati n'infiro kuba popular equally. Barepo kuchama chunyambia bisana abasana bendera kanimanisha sipe ni shishiraisa tamware tekwa bwino bale mistani street. Apano mboro muretekwa. Mwa kwata freedom. Mamona ine mudakunyandi ababenye abantu bambo kuta abuse nokula bachusha nokula bata segregate kuchalo chionse ine nali batandalire kwa abantu ko bakuma abantu abakwata ndeti isuma sana. It's unfortunate that they are falling into a trap of somebody who is so desperate, who is so greedy. Ndemyeva tuletambisha abantu abanazamira bonze mitundu chonse kishiro kutemwana ndebere si ndibire stika fire chitadivide charo ichakoba ti ngachakoba ti uyu muntu ari firerepo kuti chabipa sana ngarafika te ngakwata izana nawo ndu kumeteke tano bunka romutangoyo. I'm telling you, sana. The other thing I wanted to comment about is the Finulawa Edgar Lungu. You to some quata uncle Shakuno. Nachungo Bachita emphasize sana. How to separate the UPND, Baloshe Beka for a queen of Baranti. Never appear for Tukaroshe, Queber, Mumtendi. Ifo kuwebe kwa political party tualikuwa ta peace not temwana sana. Ngawasanga vyo muntu kwere green ni family yombe. Ifo family yesu tamwa burukakara. Bantu bepesho bufiu bisana. But turebe baba UPND nga bale umfwapa. Pidio fo bachite kuri bana wapinga bagesa ita kushyo cha batata. Bekesha. Mubebe filabe kesha kuri batata kuchiro cha batata bale bidarungu filabe kesa isha no kwesha. Fevena beshi beno ko bekere konze. Ichiro chesu oko tulero rotisa tabali wo kam. So icho chine message sana pa kuyo kwa beshi be noko bale kwa konze. Ifwe tatwakabale ke okusabu tebanya ichiriro ngabira chite kuri bana waku nabona urentambisha chalo ukusarula kichiriro ukusarula mapepo muchechi bana ngurishe ni nsori kumanda kwa kuwira bareto amayo andi timwatu adidira.
Thank you, Abdu. Apopene to feel to our confirmation wherever UPN do, but stay the hell away from Edgar Lungu's funeral. A funeral is for paying last respect. So, since a funeral, let's be clear, a funeral is for paying last respects. So, if you don't respect someone, why should you go to their funeral? The same thing applies to the state. They never respected Edgar Lungu. That's why they treated him worse than a commoner. They treated Edgar Lungu like a thug, stoning his vehicle, taking if you shani grinder to open his house to get a kamotoka feka motoka hasidanka. How disrespectful can you be to someone? And now the same state that disrespected Lungu in front of the whole world, you want to there and say we want a state funeral? Have shame. Have shame. Mwibwele mo ba UPND na state yen mwibwele anymore, because you use the same state to dehumanize a man. You use the same state to deny him his right to health care. And now you want the same state to honor him? Is that mockery or hypocrisy or madness? I don't know. Bamanot, the floor is yours. We need an explanation why you think it's okay you can have a state funeral. We need an explanation why it's okay. You think you can just come and have a state funeral and behave like everything is okay. When you reduced a man to nothing. That's why when I think, I cry. How did he die? What were his last thoughts? To think about the country and the family, to die alone because of a state refused him to honor him in his sickness. Grown men like Milupi sitting on a cabinet. What a shame. And we shall continue talking the truth. Elo, truth is not cyber. Your cabinet sat and decided to deny Edgar Lungu his right to health care. It was a cabinet decision. If not, tell us who made that decision.
And when Pomi, those letters are speaking for themselves, it's in public domain.
Yes.
There's nothing hidden under the sun. People were talking, but and
we should have seen those letters before. We would have protested. All the Zambian people, human rights organizations, we would have had peaceful protests to say, give the man his right to go for treatment. This is a lesson to all of us Zambian out Zambia.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Mkwai. Waloshe ni wanse pa fora mkwai. Nami mchelela. Mkwai. Ya, alana chifila. Utu wafiwa na hapa kwa mbila. Ababa haka inde ichiremo mchimaba akwata. Niresa fewinga bafwa. Ngatabawenele kuli resa. Resa akabaseke chini chini. Akabaseke chini chini. Temu chimoyo. Baka yinde ngamule mkutika obya sini mwala mfwapa. Ifi mwachita treat ba Lungu na imwe fika mixtikira. Pantu bonse mwashireke muma politics. Takwali wasendere urupo rwako kufuma kumushi. Bonse twaisa isanga fe muma politics. Erolo mwaisanga muma politics mufuire mwayasha nokuyasha kukabo bushikumo bo mukayasha kamwe kaberere mu politics echo yonse nkomairo kwebati kukaba mailo there will be tomorrow baka inde ke mwachita treat ba Edgar Lungu. It's a shame to the world. Mumfuire shani basiro la mapose bali pilira ma bills imwe ba sitting president muri kuno na Jacob Zuma bali pilira ma bills imwe mumfuire shani kushetenso kwena
Nenso ni fish na choshikuru.
Echo mufilirwe nangwishi winangulimo kufuma kuli imwe bakainde na mufilwa kusosa kweshi limo because if your mom treat umunenu efilengero kwebati mufilwa kwasa munakanwa ukutila the former president na batosha na mufilwa kulanga not even a single word mwala tuma maximuwe oto na mukalipirire mairo na alefo okwisana tutajoinira mwali panani na mwana maximu wa post efya bukubalera ndapa ma press briefing yaba ishibira muchungulo nali mutumina ka voice note na tireketo efya bukuba uleri lataba mujeba kukana maximu ibukishoko lefuma bushimwe ba makini wabo banane muno muzambia abakoba tumwambe kula tita threaten abantu abalera. Who are you in Zambia? Nomba baka inde ichimwa chitakuri ba Edgar Lungu na imwe chikamitikira imwe limini 74s ono nani mubebe ba UPND muleke abena Zambia baroshe bwino ngatamwa yasende bwino ya maliro aho mukesanje kushakire chatire ngatamwa yasende bwino efa namwe bapo ichichiriro muleke abene ba PF baloshe mu muchinshi abali amushindika konso kwale ya konso kupyale bitamo a lot of people were escorting mubaleke baloshe mu mutende. Yes, he was a former president on the state funeral because it's in the constitution. It needs that. Nangu mwali bakakire endala mashabo. But it's in the constitution. Mufile kuwapera state funeral. Teimu mule bapera ni constitution. Eyalanda. Teimu bakayinde hawe. Mule konka tefyale mwafira kina mwaishire yako na mutilo jawa katobo mwanke nyokulosha. And constitution yali mwebele kwa after 10 years, after the value of the former head of state, 10 years mufilo kwa implement. Efira mwachitire ni constitution tekwe bachafu nile kumutima wene mwata mwakwato mutima wabu umuntu wago. Ifyo mulande chalenga tubombi okubata mwakwato mutima bakayinde. Mwatire twakulabe ikatapa mukoshi. Kyachitika pa mukoshi kwabo gwafi. There is power parolimi. Ifyo walanda we muntu efika chitika. Echo bambira nori mbatira ndefusuma pabu omurobe. Imwe bakayinde mwatire twala chitemingala tutwakula bafyanta pa mukoshi bati bapitiri okutwafyata. Levi ngoma na wala ndachimwa chine. Fishi twala sendapo. Wena insoni ebuntu apasha mewa. Mwikerenga bana kisumuna mufiro kusala puka bakayinde. Kwati omuntu bali amkutwala kuli shibwinga. Efyo muri. Mwikerenga bana kisungu na mufenso nitamwishibe efyo mwina Zambia lelanda tamwishibe. Echo nakalipirire maximum when alimwe banati maki kashi mwe bana ni Zambia. Who are you maximum? Wakwe batule chisatrete ni umuntu ulelira. Kairi na muntasheresa shiri mu Zambia. Imba mu Zambia nganarisa kushengura urupiro wakwe bati ikimina ngachikene.
Yaba wansekesha. Yeah.
Nganari mushengura urupiro wakwe bati ngari eke pusheko stela libongani. Ofo chali.
Tuwabashemulira mwani bantu chidechida
chali ngalipanali umfogo binati kashima maximum we niba nani mu Zambia mwe bantu bakwalezi. Who is maximum we?
Tarasara puka pwako.
Apa pene bafumine mu matebera bayishiwa na microphone bale salula bena Zambia. Check yourself.
You know, ido balelanda na mfuire umuntu mwalenje bati barecho kushana mwishwo kwe bati balefa kutanja chipoka mulenga katushingalirira chiri kupoka mulenga olo bakwati chipoka nalira bati yo mumutampi chitopantu alira balungu.
Really? Uwena bushiru. So wena baleshana. So wena nishipushana omuntu ngafa. What are they doing? Are they dancing or popping champagne? Pauchi wale fo kubale tampi abantu bale rosha.
So, once na mfuwa labe ndibambia bakwe bati balishwe kwa tofo bamutita Lungu fibi. Omo bali ama ministers bako mulya mwine kakainde. Omo bali
rando mwine ate abalenje they are close to him. They are not even people from here. They are people from your party or ebalenje.
Nari papa sabi na tikashi mutima wa musango shani mumwe bana wako ko babatitire bana wako nasebere wedirimo ilo naide ku India bebere recho muyaisho kulembesha amashina yenu ku chipatara kudya balatuma abantu. I thought that it was a joke. Ku India we never.
Because Rachel, me I've got a question. Where was the ADC when he was left there alone, and then Fiasa Sangwati Muntu ari mukoti kuno ari ask ama issues yakwa Lawrence Banda leaving his person there, and then paka umuntu afa paka okulomba koti ati nde yashua basende bapokelele the right hand man mwe bantu
ala na ndekwe babantu bali patemitima ibi abantu bali patemitima ibi mu kyalo ekitwakula abamona kampeni kanguka tukalatira femoneni urupita rwakwa Edgar afuira pali ifufe bena Zambia akana kuzila.
Yes.
Come back afuira pali ifwe echa mulya Edgar nomba ba UPND muicheme Fira mwachitira kuti vana wako ikarina mushuka sana pando inyava igavaite nari veshiva sana nari veshiva vaite va UPND navakwatori nari veshiva nombava vaite muretere kwava kwevati vari amukura achitefya vupuva kwena vaakainde tukamimona mu 2026 nga mukakwanise charo chonse ukurati mavantu kura amukura achitefya vupuva ichi chena chafina vaakainde omutimata mwakwata ikale ripashi mwana inyifye ifintu fyakongane fikulu kuli itikina wakwi tuwalanda mpaka mabuya mwamututa pashi edda mpaka mabuya matuta pashi na banani bajibia mwatukana kukosa kokwe batumukwarirwala bajibia ngachimo chini umutimata mwakwata ba president. That's why mwafiri wafino kulando kulati the former president has died. Now it's the president who announces, not the country kangwa na mufirwa mulandu wanso
nango mo statement yawo. Even in his statement he didn't say president.
Yeah,
he did not say president in his statement. Somebody who ruled for the country for 7 years.
You know bali kwata pompasi amachincha amachachari bamwana kwati bena bali fika mu Eben bakainde tamwafika mu Eben kuteli sana ino
olode papa nabo abareseka banabo ati bali rwere nabena ni program imozimo
any human being born of a woman wants anyone way ukafwa muri accident ukafwa kuburwere but wonse kufwa. So how can you laugh at someone's death when he wants to kafwa?
There's a prophet who said he's got a heart condition.
He has.
So the prophet, I heard it from the prophet. The same prophet said, this is not the person you know. You are going to see a lot of things that will be so alarming. The same prophet.
Bali kwata omutima obisana kwena ala ine na chinto kushakiri ndetamba but ba maximum we kwena naliba kalipira naliba wana ba maximum muri ba somebody musa wali mwana kwa abantu nali mwana kwa abantu abantu abakalamba bachinda nechine abali nolupia but he never used to do that nangu mwakwata shadi olupia ala teimo ba Facebook kwata olupia inena ndalanda yose
impia shabena Zambia. He doesn't come from money. Ishimpia sho muleli kwate impia pamitu shabena Zambia. Zambians are suffering while we are enjoying their money. You don't come from money. Tabafuma kumpia tiba they come from family yabashira inheritance wale yunkwati kotu wali wina. No. Mule wina papene through Zambia abana Zambia bale chura mule wina imwe.
More rooting.
Yes.
Oloba ngani nebo mwandini kwini if I was the president ngani nchitana ridi mudi abantu. Busha abantu banga badilile mu street. Bantu banga badilile mu street. Ocho winga mwena kofyo kwe bati. Iyo abantu bamfuire fechiro umuntu nangu ni pa market yali ahambiri okulira. I wish bakamona ko chiriro chabo fatika bofe abantu bakashana.
Me here nga murembu famani ne ife pompe pa every day yakwe I can't even hide. Jonse ndeke nga yai maine mpepere afati chabu mukwe ko kire and I would dance. I can't lie. Mami Rachel, and this is the first day I'm hearing that you are not in the country. I'm happy. I pray for you every day. Every day I pray for you because I was even counting from now. The next eye we should look at. The next was you. I'm happy that you are not in the country.
Well, God will protect us. Inga Ibrahim Traore hapusuke mikuinga. Ibrahim Traore hapusuke mikuinga.
Naina, by the way, I'm in China. I flew in today, so in case you're looking for me.
Ine ndi Mozambia gamurefu amwise pukunani ndikunyuka sama.
You know, what we are seeing is something that was expected. Zambians to have rejected this presidency 5 times was not a joke. This is exactly what they were trying to avoid. These things were expected. And mostly, you know, the old saw these things way before they even began to happen. This bad-heartedness, if you followed, today I was just going through most of these platforms. When you hear and see what people from the South are actually posting, you feel bad. This is how, you know, this man has completely divided the country, and he has actually made most of the people, some people from Southern Province really appear and, you know, side with his ideology. Like it's an empire, it's a tribe that is in charge. It doesn't matter what happens with other people. And that is the saddest part for me. I don't know whether others have observed this, but this is my finding. And, you know, it is so sad and painful because this life, we all one day gonna die. But the way these people are celebrating, it is so hypocritical for people that have persecuted someone very bad and you want to claim, because for them really hosting this funeral is for political expedience and nothing else. Anything that happened to Mamana Waku, do you remember that family member who lied and only to be silenced by Fumubana? When he lied, you know, the government was doing this. She said we should go and thank the government for having done this and that. All lies.
Yeah.
All
They
lies.
want to do the same thing, the same nonsense.
Exactly. Exactly. No matter what sangale na Zambia tatwabaleke. Boof.
A woofy. It will not happen. Up now, our eyes are wide open.
Hapana, ningefo kulanda kunomba nalolera sana mwe. Now it's my time.
Bambita balandireko iwe akabambita nabesa tabalandi ba not tabalandire.
Challenge shit, how many hours ago?
But you had your chance to speak earlier.
No, kaidina shapera bambia ma chance inenziwa pa komune ponzi. Okay, someone can talk.
But not tabalandire, you know? And then yeah. Naba MK6 tabalandire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I pick it up or
because you know, but Anka, because you are cutting into other people's time. So Lorela tenshita yo biyise do ulandi. Keep your notes we aka paper na ulende.
Madam President have been quite in there. When
I chimi tata mwacha suka. So then I asked the other person who was.
She got you a lot of time.
Yeah.
She got you.
Na chimita, but I think much were busy. So you can go ahead and then we are not scooty is after you.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, madam. I think they are too low, Nankane.
Okay.
Too low, so I didn't hear you.
Okay, no problem. Go ahead, and then we are not scooty is after you. I know, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
MK6, in case of his phone, then I'll pick it up from my MK6.
Okay, so after Chichi, MK6, you can come in. Welcome, Bamtonga.
Okay.
Naba Melenga, I see you.
No, not just a focal underpollant. You know, when you look at what is happening, you tend to cry with a sense of a heart which is broken deeper than anything else. Why am I saying that? When we look at, for instance, the few events that have just come out. For instance, I'm going to talk about what the NDC covered few hours ago, where they are calling the opposition leader in parliament gave a statement and has called the funeral house at Secretariat as what? As illegal. And my question is, the family have given their wish, and the wish of what? Of the late ECL, on what he wanted his funeral to be, how he wanted his.
Are you there, Chichi? Va Chichi utatula emyunfwa? Oh, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. You are the only one who's not hearing me.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I was saying, let's go back to the time KK died. The children refused to say, no, dad cannot be buried there and all that. But eventually, what happened? But let's differentiate KK and the CL. There's a difference there. KK was not in active politics. He was still enjoying whatever they gave him as a president at that time. But Lungu went back to politics. The way he has been treated, he has been treated as a private person. And that is his wish. So, me, I would say, let's respect his wish. Despite the constitution, there's this, he had his own wish. We cannot fight him in his death, that it win and a party death when that is not his wish. That is my contribution on this confusion, which people are saying this, which are saying this. I've seen even people coming up to say, give us the law which says the president has to, you can make a state funeral, but you can't make us decide where we have to do things. Let's be clear. And all that.
Okay, give us a law that tells us that the president should stay outside State House. Give us that law.
Exactly. Give us a law. Don't bring in umusokonezo where tapali umusokonezo mwe bantu bakwalesa. Must be if I want to go back to President HH. President HH, for me, it hurts me when I look at him, the president who was campaigning and the president who gave a speech and the president who is there today. The difference is too much. I had so much respect for him because he said he was going to abide by the law. He's going to rule by the rule of law. He's going to, he said a lot of...
And the respect of fundamental human rights. Mulaibukisha? Yonse ni fundamental human rights mukanwa. Aleba mukanwa.
I see people writing stupid things to say. I saw one person here saying even if at the police used to do like that in PF. I'm like, what will keep on going back to the time of...
But is HH dead? PF by HH before. Do we have top officials who died in UPND? Let's ask them.
The question has been, HH said we want to do things differently.
No, but the point is, do we have any top officials die in UPND because of... I mean, no, in UPND. Kabida barefa ba mu PF. So tulera ndatinga bena mu UPND pali abafuirepo when Lungu was the president because Lungu alikanya po muntu kuya kuchipatala. No, but
nothing like that. My point before I lose my thoughts was, thank you, Madam President, for that intervention. My thoughts are that HH said he was going to rule the country differently and better. No, I have a challenge for him. A challenge when he's sitting alone, wherever he is, not even with his wife near him. Let him sit alone and do a self-introspection and ask himself, is what is happening now what I promised?
the people of Zambia. And if I am not doing the things that I promised the people of Zambia, where have I gone wrong? Let him do this. Let him do a self-evaluation. And then the same people that he's using from PF who are betrayers are the same people he has brought near him, and the same people who are going to betray him and leave him, and you'll be alone. And at that time, you look for our voices to say, people were right. Because you can't trust people who are running away from there to come there, and you want to even entrust them. People like
Kachavinga.
those ones, Mr. Ground, Amos Chanda, all of them. And if you see right now what is going on, I was on Facebook. Now, Watchdog B, they saying also, the UPNG blogs, but they want to run that narrative and all that.
Umuntu nafa.
They're even now bringing the issue of why me to say, why me has been found and he has said this and that, and that why me, they want now to start running a narrative of, because now that the state funeral is illegal, they want to do what? They want to implicate Varabanto Avena Luvinda, so that Avena Luvinda Vekate. There's a lot of confusion going on. So, Imama UPND, what is wrong with you, Kanshi? What's wrong with you? You behave like human beings. We are Zambians. If I'm a PF, I'm a Zambian for God's sake. If you are UPN, you are a Zambian for God's sake. And Zambia will stand on free, joy, the national anthem. Please, go back to the national anthem if you really trust it, if you really even believe in our national values, in our national issues that we trust. The national anthem, all those things. Champions, where is Ubuntu? You write it to say. I've seen one girl even sending a message on Facebook to say, he died in private, we've got things to do. And no, are you listening to yourself? You don't have a family who can die. Are you the only one who, are you God? On people, let's be real and respect each other. You're going to behave.
Sorry, let me just add to what you are saying. Just last week, Ambassador Joe Mwale, remember I talked about Ambassador Joe Mwale that he has been sick, and no one from UPND went to see him. So the children complained that this person in the country helped because he's the brother of the chief man. That's how I picked up the phone. I called him Antonio Mutentwa Natina Mweshwamubebe president when you are a senior advisor to him. Tell him that you you know what they did? Eko imya 30,000 batwala kutiriro chabana chaba ambassador Mwale. Nga chakwe batu kutaka nokukwata omutima ku bantu abamwafuire. Nga ifo fwe bena Zambia fwe bashikwete kwe neshina akatwafwa. Olute icho cheke chulera ndokwe bati chichigewe chulera ndokwe bati abantu ubumuntu nabo baposa. Bantu ni ba UPND. They look at others abashiri ba UPND kwati te bantu. Where are we going as a country? Washashua kutu wakana na munonko pantu ni UPND ulimu UPND kutu wa mkana. Ubuntu na waposa wa UPND tapali. And they have divided the country like no man's business. Inena alikuwa ndaba anaba minister mu UPND. Umwana tina nokumpusha. Pamulandu wakwe bati aletina twe. Ngana pusha se bamayo balanta kenjitu. That's where I was to pick it about Daniel Babakai.
In addition to that, I wanted to end my Rachel. I wanted to end on one thing. I know you will continue. I wanted to end on one thing. By UPNG, their manifesto, they go back to a manifesto and read where you said unity in diversity. I don't know what you mean by that. That's a challenge I have for you, Mr. President. Rachel, you can go ahead. From you guys. Yeah, man. I'm supporting them. I'm not see. Who's next? Brian K6. Brian K6, everybody support. Thank you, Anos. Thank you. Mulisha the first Kale. Kale, kwenda mwantini, Kale. Umwana afuma kuzambia kufika vyaikira vya mwendeke the following day kuisapia. We are cursed. We are very much cursed. Before I start speaking, I'm not blaming or condemning, but how do you feel, you people who supported my church? Ndafuka madi mwanaki isali dia chira pilo shishi bena poba fada pobo katitefe panwala la panompende pa fora ba fada ngapoke chira pilo panwala. I'm asking that question like Chichi Gilvachland, but how does he feel when he's alone looking at how the things are unfolding? He feels good, Naima, because he deceived us. He feels good. But he has said that he has got a heart problem. For me, I can even say that he doesn't have a heart. Limbingabayana kumandana manu bala funya mubaya shafi baya fichala chi latafe what if katwish mairo chire muka, because I'm saying so. Some of us are spiritual. I met the man, I think, for the first time in 2011 or 2010. The moment he held my hand, from that day, I've never liked him. Rachel, you can. Madam Rachel, I think you can attest with me. Mwaliba posha hapo muminwe. Sio mufika bali abadadi baki. Kutina lokutinanga wamwe ikatafe muminwe so walati. Some of us we are born from royal families, and from that day, I knew that this man is not straight. For me, the day you told the story to Zambia about what happened prior to the 2021 elections, Mama Rachel, I've kept few notes, and I've been saying that the moment we say that we hear that he has lost, I'll be the first one on the court's door to report that case. I know that you are there. Yes. What surprises me with most of us, Ushe, nangukute mwempia, nangukute mwa ama position. How low have we become to a point whereby kutia kutubano mundu atika chite chaso, ipayo waso, chite fiaso, ule mfana wetu. Because nangutule mbule masano emu, wewa lemu stumpi. Yes, Tabaeka. The whole cabinet agreeing to say Lungu Tafiri Ukiok South Africa. You know? Yes. Even some information, even people. I think Mama Queen, if you followed me kuma first we started on Facebook. You recall? I was telling you, I'm mostly with these UPND people. And when you hear them, when you mingle with them, you eat with them. Baba kwatu bafiru, nakashunga, na unishungu. Bali kwa temiti maybe. But you know, I'll stop you right there. Ngaba PF.
Why has PF allowed themselves to be infiltrated by UPND? A problem to follow. We need to speak to the conscience of these UPND people.
Now, on that one, Mama Queenie, I won't love the PF. This is why I'm saying, why have we become low? Like position.
But PF.
Because of money. Because of money, some of us have allowed ourselves to be used. Because of a position, which is also money, we have allowed ourselves to be used. Let me come to the death. Let me not go into politics too much. On Thursday, I had no time to look on my phone, on social media or whatever. I was so busy. Around 11 or 10, 11, somewhere there, there's a relative of mine who is a diplomat and called me. Have you seen? Seen what? Because he knows I'm up to date when it comes to that. But that day, I don't know what happened to me. I almost froze and dropped on the ground. I stopped doing whatever I was doing on Thursday and rushed and I slept. I didn't want to disturb my health and go into a stroke. I've never cried in my life. I can confess I've never cried like this. Never. Never. I lost my father, but yes, I could shed maybe a tear, but not like this. I know with them. It's sad. It's really sad. It's sad. And I can assure, like I said some few months ago, if we are not clever, by the time we are waking up, because now this man is full of fear. He knows he's threatened. He knows. And you make sure that he dies in office for him to survive. If he doesn't die now, you make sure that he wins next year. And you make sure that he changes the law until he dies in office.
A constitutional amendment, Kabiri. This is why that constitutional amendment is geared like that. The constitutional amendments is geared for him to stay in power. That's why nomba kuri fingifirechika kuri chiriro kuri constitutional amendments. Parliament is opening next week. Is going to be business as usual. But we have to speak to the conscience of PF members of parliament. These people are in the PF members of parliament vote na UPND. These are the enemies who are going to destroy Zambia.
Let me end by this. I have a lot of things to speak about, but I want to give chance to some people. This is not a kind of a man that will even be proud that we have a former president. For me, I would not even turn any ear to say we have a former president we should consult. They can swallow you up.
True. In that, MK60, what happened to my husband? My husband was a lawyer for him for years. Babu campaign kunani ku Northwestern Province. Abapela na certificate yakwe bati bakeminina. I was in South Africa, I remember very well. Eto baile kala gari nkombo what and what ukwe bati ngamwaleta miuna mupepi. Miuna does not allow nonsense, does not support nonsense. Nishchapwa. Remove him. Eto baba fumishepo.
Kashwari pingire kali ati bakala chitefi fine ka?
Yes.
It was their plan. They knew it.
It's a process obapangirwa kwebati bonse bali abakwebati can say no to nonsense. Mwibapalamika mu
Yes.
bule niba yes bwana yes.
Bainde bwana. That's why balantukana chiwarefu ayenchito na veshwate chivampere nchito because nga
My husband said, no, let me call him. I was in South Africa. I said, material ya UPND because bewa ya material ya restisha 20 pini ya fitengi fila kwa bafuala siya banko ya restisha ina 20 pini hapa liyo mto wako. I don't know, but I say, let me call him. The person who was speaking, who was calling 50 times a day, stopped picking calls from him.
Vale, kaka.
Then he wrote to him that he has no time for him.
Wow.
My husband said, thank you so much. He just said, from today onwards, he has no time for me. I will never do anything with him. He has no time for me. That's how he closed the chapter with him.
Wow. What?
He has tried to send people to say, go and call me to come to my office. But I said, there's some question and there's some as a what? He has no time for me. You know, Baba Mwenati, before Tabaran to be a accident right stick. And to be a na motoka. Kufam kumwesu. We found the car in the bush na parking na kunuma ya juru. Aba rumenda batire boss rekente toche motoka ije na cha wari keni patari. Le saifu o tuenda nango tatwati so chirugo kumuntu nango turuira abantu kukwato buldungwa. From nowhere, Kapokola works always as a party bossy. Mwesho fumoko, I'm coming in there for chuko. There are some people. They were sad to push. They were sad to him. Timabakwata, uvi, atwishiba, that acquires. PF was the way I could take for any poor mwenso. Mwenso sana kuntashta kwa katipoke chimtu. If you feel like the Bayamke 6 kwebati, akafwa isho kusasa rwanda kabidi, mpaka, imina ndosho se shosha rechita, chikabe under the carpet mishina chijamba fundi.
Akafuira pamupando kabili. Alefa akafuira pamupando.
UPND tapali nama numbers bakwata. Tapaba nama numbers bakwata kwa chukuti mwati na tiyo bakatopuma. Imanishita mwako batamaka ya kwa.
Balebera mina muri bakapokola na bazambia ami bati babonse bakapokola na bazambia ami bachepa. Bakapokola na bazambia ami bachepa.
Sorry to say this. Nalifwembenye IG that time pali stera kwa ndani. Nalifo kumuma mu uniform. Complex. Pali barungu dengero twale balika. Marecho nishimuli mama kosi. Icho ndeka ne icho ndali no buli chine ngawatendeka cyo muntu fe. Adi ndishwa bwino bwino. Nango Fesiuke masiko Kenya ateo yukwe bachare chote wakutendeka ngari apepya pakumulekera leyo
ya next match ya boxing kae ko mwantipantu boxing na ichitako sana mzambia na ibwira kupa
nani stera libonganyoro twarebeka po bayedika rungu nishba bainonge wina bale bombera perfect flow. I was the one who was cleaning that building. Tachawe pakuti mupo kesi echintu takisa pa silver plate funyani po mweso bonse bweba umendo ala amala yamwe aume yashara kuchishiki amala yamwe aume bonse mweba ali kutika yashara kuchishiki ifi fyose bale tuchitira manipulate ifa kweba tumuntu mwina ali entitled rungu kuya kuchipata lokumupere ndala mashakwe. He was entitled yali shibombe
Bacha freeze ama account yours. Ba PF abengi ama account yali ba frozen. These people, they PF, their money is tied. Why it's a freeze that we are investigating proceeds of crime? It's
a lie. They just fear that they will use that money.
Yes, all of them, a lot of PF people, some people have called me, their monies are frozen. They are investigating. A number investigation type one.
Because of abalume bandi balikanevyo omilandu bawina kalesha abali amasimbo sebali ababano bana baleeta protest ku Ministry of Justice kale baba wini nemilandu tababa foresha ina wini panondelanda ingalama shakuzede shakuzafu ishama meadows tabampe era panpo shibasapota nali beba natishandi nangisomukanga
So I chat about to follow the same PM land wama lawyers wari pusana na bena.
Let me conclude. I think my phone is about to die. Let me conclude by saying this. I think it's just a word of caution and encouragement to all of us. We have lost, but we are not dead. We have lost, but we are not dead. We are still breathing. I still want to re-echo Mama Rachel's words. Me, I've done head counts. Head counts. UPND versus PF. Kutali. Patali. Tuamika pona wa police still patali.
Sorry, let's encourage our brother saying, prepare my coffee, mama, and money will be available, okay?
Abantu n'abafulwa. I'm sure on the burial day, let's prepare ourselves. We will see you.
Mandi, amara yamwa unashara kuchifushiki. Tete siwe na bare minyanta wala pamutwe. Kwati ino muri sepu wako bare mbula mutwe no ko bare shindira bashishi yawo. Ino bare mbula tina me ni mutwe ko bare shindira. Takuri.
Sorry, Daddy, you'll be okay.
Sorry for that,
So, let me conclude there. Please, abantu tuline Fukushi, and I've been encouraging people in this way always. If we haven't observed how many people have died, so tunaikata kwe mitima ama BP na ya chila. Tuikata kwe mitima na tufika. It's very near. That is the only comfort that I have. I'm in June. Next June, this time, Nishina, I did a campaign. And the good part, again, the first memorial service to Kamane Wakachi, the campaign time, Lungu. So, let's be strong, let's stand strong, and let's support one another. My law is it the other day, the first Thursday, when the funeral happened, and I've seen teams, and I want to win. The moment when we get the Musarat because now lose and his chap now lose. Let's face it. Let's stand strong. Thank you so much. I'll be listening in. Mama, you can drop me.
Okay. Thank you. But not you want to come in. But Anthony Moiseni ni mimona. But Freya Moiseni. But not you want to come. Okay. Moiseni.
I want to pat myself on the back. I had already seen him. I never met him personally, but my spirit refused. Even my family, but no, we are finished. I told them they would tell you panga mistake kaidi mwalachula nombe mwalachi. You remember this man. So because I only put 2 and 2 together. And I saw for all those stories in the corporate world, how they were, deals were being struck and so on. So now you see where we are. It's a shame and it's really, really sad. Hello, Chimbi. First and foremost, if somebody makes a wish, if that person passes on, the wish has to be respected. Yeah, and it's a legally binding thing. If somebody has just made that and you voice it out to say, okay, this is what the deceased would have liked and it has to be respected. So, uh, and I don't see where the problem is. If I told that's what he wanted, I don't see where the problem is. Fair enough. People can mourn him as it is, but in a manner that they themselves want, I don't see why they should be forced that, they should do this. And the UPND want to use it for political expediency, which is just something that is also unfair, Anyway, it might backfire. So that is what I know concerning funerals. And then secondly, um, the issue of, for the first time today, I saw Baba Nani speaking by Dr. Kasonso. If you remember, yes, I've seen him as well. For the first time, I was like, oh, so now he has realized. So he was really very, very, very straightforward and said, that way, you people have killed this man. Deny the right to life. You don't want that person to go and travel for treatment. Who does that? Sure. When to go, you yourself, you are going. What is so special about you that your other friends, the whole equation is they wanted to take him out of the equation so that 2026 is just victory for them. But what kind of greed is that where you want power so much? Power is the case in the moment because you cannot want power so much to this extent. Ukusunga abantu kwatikatwishi. Amalaiti takulekwata, so many things. And then we should just go on looking at you while you amass all the wealth that you want. And then you touch into chama minerals, na touch stuff frustrate beyond. People in Zambia are suffering. And then where you're standing there, no, you are borrowing money for what? Borrowing money for what? When the country itself has got its own resources that can be used, if we use it to Ibrahim Traore, we'll do something with our lives. It is so sad. And now that ECL has gone, it has left a lot of us, broken, But today I was just talking to myself. This just pained me one day. Filefa kwa dimininji kala neka pifilamba fyambo kupona. They were not, mwelesa neshi. What have we done, Kanshi? We wanted to liberate ourselves. Numba moneni fya isa puntanshi. Madam North, lekeni nje kwa abantu kuli abantu abaleremba Tasira is our president mwalabika Tasira mma problems lekeni ukulembe efyo you are going to put Tasira Lungu in problems. There are already court cases on her. Plan B is unknown. Futeni na ma comment yenu mwalabika Tasira mma problem alikuwa takanya nami papa lekeni ukulanda. These people are ruthless. They are already having cases hanging on Tasila's head. Napera Mkwai. Go ahead. Sorry for interrupting. No, it's okay. That is true. It's a very good, valid point. Because these people will stop at nothing to eliminate whoever stands in their way. Akeka la pesa. So, it's something that we really have to use a lot of wisdom. Yeah. Don't have to give
divulge a lot of information, you know. And then the other thing also, you know, in Lungu Chavefi, I hope you anyway after the burial, normally the burial will be a state funeral. Is that what has been resolved? Are they going to make it a state funeral?
Katwishi mwandine for chikaba.
They want to buy him as a common man. We don't know. So
No, they can even bury him or Paku Memorial Park, but the state should not be involved.
Yes, exactly. They can bury him there without the state.
Yes.
They the things they did, but they bring hooligans to.
Well, if you're not to can, if you're wanting, we don't want.
security not we pay for my citizen.
Oh, I'm pleased to hear that.
People they are going.
PF, Pali Lungu.
Ikasokoloka ile munikafika pano no first bese wadati bese po wala munati bauna mungati bantu bako.
Yeah. Mwandini. Anyway, you know, may his soul rest in peace. That man had a heart for the people. He gave up his money to come and fight with us, you know. That is huge. To wish that at least we liberate ourselves. Once he saw that if in Tutafide we know, he also accepted because he would have easily just sat at home and say, Marafu Akunsala, you know. But he didn't do that. He humbled. People cried for him and said, "Dawe balungu to papata to afweni kondo mwandi ntatwairo wino kamumwaisa." He is the man obliged. Actually, them never quite an evil agenda to say that okay, what we will just wait, we'll prolong, we'll make sure he doesn't go anywhere so that we advance Uguruele, you know. I mean, what kind of hearts have they got really? But you see, what goes round comes around. In Avena, they should not forget that we are all mortal beings. It's just a matter of time. You don't even know what lies, what tomorrow holds. So they need to be very careful. Utu wasanga tiwe stroke yaisa kukumpa fya kopeni. You know?
And if you're killed by the sword, you die by the sword.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know? You might be laughing. They might be even passing jokes at Ishan.
Nama heart condition ayatumfuire. Elo balanda tinga alikwata heart condition na alikwata wa client bamo. He was a pilot, so he developed a heart condition. But you know, I used to be a pilot, but I couldn't travel anymore because ngalikwata heart condition. Altitude above 30,000 feet umutima. That's why mumwene limbibalireka n'okwenda because bali sama balenda kwati piu piu mundeke so ekyaleeta na problem fyafine balenda. So now he can't travel ni risk ni health risk. The job that I deal with people's medical conditions. I am on this heart medication. I used to travel a lot, so I developed a heart condition. So kwenda 2 years mundeke ekwaleta heart condition ili byose piu 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 baliendere ndipo baliendere.
Yeah, and then you know sometimes also ngabababika yama pacemakers they react with these electronic devices, so they have to be really careful where they go. So that's another hindrance.
Mwakuni na fye chopa ifyo fine yako bafya chilenda fye kwati ni motoka fye pale ya in. No shindeke long distance.
Depends how much electronic devices are there because Nishira studies taught that the device can function effectively. You know, so they have to be really careful where you go, maybe Ashara. So maybe that explains why
he has bana baleko kwenda. Tetika ina twaishi banombe shota balendera. Bariana bena bati kwena twalikwata ama women mu Zambia mwandini wotulowa ni nani? Well, Anthony, you are up next. But Melenga, you have a comment? That he was not my enemy. No, but why did you sit on a cabinet that denied him to travel? Ngate enemy over. Eh? And you couldn't voice out to yes, as a woman, walishiala bana techulandire kwati mwema ntulekeni umuntu aye ku treatment 3 years paka omuntu afwa takufuma mukyalo alifyuka. He was your enemy mwira twebe fyabo kuba bana Lumango na imwe. Just that bad like bana Lumango. Yeah. Nibotukako tabayako na ku constituency yabo bamutalina Lumango tubamona ate bale posing na bafwala ma jumpsuit na bafwala ma belt our fashion naba issue from a distance. How were they electing Bana Lumango? You know, I listened to her speech. These people, they're good at lies. Bana Lumango, naba temanoku batumuku mfafe speech yabo. Cash mama. Alangamwa ipusha abantu aba paraminisa na kuri ba mutare. Ewe ngamwe bo mutima bakwata. There is a man in South Africa who said bampo kere kumone mpoto. Really? Pawatapa mwe bantu amampotoko. Kanye mpoto kumushira abana. Nishi vale poke mpoto. Something like that. I don't know. That's why badi shive ina wakonkanya ko pedi daban tendeke. Badi shive. Ati power tapu kwa mafoku na manaifi ya masipuni yuko. Wanchibufi. Ero tulera pira. Abantu abali so petty nempoto. Kuti basunga ekyalo. Yaba. Somebody would ngamaisa muzambia banje mukesesa ku state lodge nkabibishe muna timpanga yawe. Umika kunkwelele yawo yonse. Efa bayakanye mpanga. Barabe ne bantu bayimita ufole. But bali change. Elo bali kwatana mashias mu mai no wanda barebeka beka fye bayimita ufole ngaba mwana aba bali samba mwandini. Ala mwandi no makula tate cho bamona bakisonta timbireni kwechi.
Only once a while, why in the actual government is of an ambition?
Opo tulipano pene tifine tulelanda pali aba mitima. Let's not doubt God. God, panopeni among ourselves in Zambia, we are 20 million. God will reveal that person. Sorry, abatira kubayalanda tatulefu abantu ababa straight ngolesa kote chintu you should be straight. Number why you know sign ikamwonekera fye abantu wambo kula kitasa round na abantu baya balande fi abashira inapo naba mwenene appointment yaba neri muti nachiva neri muti yaba bari kwata scandal kuma retirees of 1999 yali vanole bari vapera nole, but me that's when I was like apona asudire ukute kwa UPND namba nokularanda vantu kana until today vantu kana te, but I just saw in
mwenene anti Mpumi ba HH abantu bonsobo basonta kwaba bambi ba minister bayibire kongeti mu Shoprite muleve bawata bama kongeti uko
avo mulatweva kuri minister waivire toothpaste atero mwaisa mwe vachani
penena kumpanga ile yako airport nalikwatako ka plot. I just told him that please inenshiri wakutendeka netoroshina ufalira pampera imwe bambi stafira mwaifire Colgate mwikwibira kandi no kuga ngole grams pawata ni ba minister inostandera nda mchetewe popo fit kakataja vingi
nicho shisheka ishaya mu government sharaiva makongeti
anyone from Mondora can tell you that
awe kashuri ni mwachure yoko bareiva makongeti
wamwana nomba urufumo inoisa baba kwati baimite ifumo lya bampundu teni kashuri bareiva tukongeti
amakongeti yalisula mumala
I'm telling you.
Evaleiva nemitisha malaria namanani kani avo veni valeyamfushtisha
mushimikire chava ambassador mwari alala William Bandari vatuka vakatika ati ali vatuka ati kwenoli chimuntu cha mutima ubi vari kuchiriro varishimika ati avo William Bandari iranda
really aggravated robbery everybody am kumbale kaka JJ Banda we are tulinama criminals really
yes so mirambe zambiti yes
awe kanchi pakuvafunyapo paka vakantu
I'm checking the minister with the big dummies. Mukamona febaka bakambo kumishani na twarero ngana na bobo. Nishwade mishani nechirufu. Atubali ibire kare toothpaste mu Shoprite.
You know Balabasala, definitely you appoint the people with crimes because they'll do anything to protect their stay there. You want clean people around you.
Madam President.
Quite.
That's very much than the point of private. I think I think we may say in the vacuum wavarasa. Now we can't chica kulima daka kulima daka chuna kuiso but you can namu kwa dia shi. Ati batch deployer when ba kanta baba UPND. One of the atibai station keda bakubale sabuko nokto kusaka. I saw batch Macho muntu kwenda gari kuma. I saw for bus size kulima tawa. I think kulima tawa I don't know which bus station that is. At first I'm not another for a medical ya PF. Apparently there was some also other people about what a Maligaria, but they were also going for the funeral. I saw for bus some Bokuma. I never told a Maligaria.
maligane so namba bale bashachiwa mu maligane kaina nenda tunakulira ati nombe tubatisabo ati nabo bama mali pinjuko ndio ya shisa mwali umfadi mtamodi mwene pono kulima na budget story sama chigamba ine mu mameni bus bachibapa mabwino sana chirefu aiko kubapa masana
apa nomba baba PF kusalapuka tala salapuka pwapo salapuke ni baba PF
salapuka kwenyu hajabu kwa suspect atrate Iba jabe neba ibile ima bangaleka kuchinda bandande konomba
go ahead my daughter wapo wa Anthony Tabarais.
Okay, so I'll start by first saying, guys, in this regime, where me in Asia voted by then, I didn't have a voter's card. I wasn't into politics because politics ended up taking away the lives of Blue and finish my politics. So I was never concerned. But after Namone PhD and everything, I just said, you know what? I have to just wake up. If this thing is in my blood, I have to wake up and, speak for the people and see whatever I can do. And the first thing we have to talk about is lawlessness. Like, lawlessness has been there. It's from the beginning. So I don't understand why one thing should be good on the other side and bad when the shoe is on the other side. I would start by first saying, if we want to follow the Constitution, let's follow it 100%. Not we want to follow the Constitution halfway when it suits the other party, but when it suits the other party, people should judge to say no. The first mistake that we're seeing for my youth to Ivana, when you are voted in as a government person, you're saying you are the property of the state. Aren't you supposed to be in the house where the state said they should be keeping you safe there? So how is it that you are voted into a position that you wanted and then you don't want to sit in the house where you're supposed to sit, but you're willing to use fuels, vehicles, and everything that is provided by the state? So why should be things halfway? So that I think is lawlessness, and we should look into it and not say no, law in the one side, the wrong. I also have to emphasize on this lawlessness by saying cyber law is just one-sided. And we have seen that because we have given people time. When this why Mia to Kenya and everything, he served his time and he was released. And everything. But the other party that insulted with him, the other guy, nothing has been done till date. There are guys that were saying the former head of